everybody, Bobby Kelly here again with another episode of the FitNight Show. In our quest to keep these short and sweet, we are only going to do 2 tips tonight. One, TJ and I are going to go through a bunch of compound exercises you absolutely should have in your routines to make them more efficient, a little bit more metabolic, and to keep them shorter. So we're all about short right now. And the other thing in the short theme is that I did a little talk for you guys on the top tips on how to meal prep and to make life simple, and make sure you stay to the end, because if you want us to do it for you, we have a way for you to do that. So let's get on with this episode of The FitNight Show. All right, everybody, so we've had a lot of success with you guys giving us feedback on things that you can do to change your workouts up, maybe do some different things so that you can get done a little bit faster or get more efficient with your workouts. One of the things we do a lot of at our gym, so if you're not a member of our gym while you're watching this, add it to your routine or talk to your trainer about it, or just reach out to us and we'll help you, is we do a lot of compound moves. A compound move is when you take 2 exercises or 3 exercises or sometimes even 4 exercises and you put them together. I'm going to have TJ just show the most basic one, and then we're going to go through a couple others that you can add to your routine. So one of the most basics is a bicep curl to overhead press. TJ, just give it a whirl. So all he's doing is he's doing a bicep curl and he's adding an overhead press to this. Now it doesn't seem like rocket science, because guess what? It's not rocket science. Okay? It's just his ability to just make sure he's working his biceps and his shoulders at the same time. A couple of things that are going to come into play. He can change to a hammer curl. He can do it, if you want to put one down while I talk, you can do one leg with one arm. So he's going to show a couple different variations. But why would you do this? Well, you're going to add more metabolic work to your exercises, which is going to allow you to get more out of them in a shorter amount of time. You're also going, you can show a kneeling version too. You're also going to oftentimes add more core stability to the routine. The other reason why you would want to do this is that you're trying to bang out as much as you can, say in like a 30-minute workout, because you're short on time. We want to move on and show a couple other ones, so here you go. All right, so for this next one, we wanted to show 2 exercises that are really simple to add. TJ, why don't you just get started showing a squat to chest press. So we're showing this because all he's really using is something he can attach to. If you're on a boardwalk or you're outside, you can throw a band around a tree, around a light post, around a bench at the boardwalk. And all he's doing is he's combining a squat with a chest press. Not something that's very challenging for you to do. You don't need a lot of equipment. TJ, why don't we show a squat to row? The idea is that we're using more muscles by adding lower body and upper body moves together, and you will be able to feel like your heart rate gets up quicker. You're going to stay more in a high intensity range. So the first move was squat to chest press. The second move was squat to row. Okay, so if you've been watching the FitNight Show, you know we're big fans of the ultimate sandbag. This is something that was created by Josh Hankin and his wife. TJ, we're going to show a side lunge to curl to press, and then we'll do a few more variations off of that. So the great things about using a USB ultimate sandbag is that there are many handle variations. There are many exercises you can do with this. What we're showing is a combination sandbag to a curl to a little bit of a press. Now on this one, I'm going to ask TJ to be very diligent about catching it on his knuckles and pressing straight up overhead. So he's getting some side lunge work. He's definitely getting some core work. He's getting a little bit of bicep work. He's also getting some overhead work. TJ, I'd like you to do a side lunge to curl to a twisting press. Now, you're also going to see now by doing this, he's going to add a little bit more core stability, which is going to make it a little bit more challenging. When you do this side, when you do the twist, I want you to do it on one leg. There we go. So not so easy. I'm going to make him do another one just so you can see a good one. Now we're adding in a balance component, we're adding ankle stability, we're adding in any rotational work that'll help. So adding something like this into your routine is now going to have almost 4 exercises all in one. So you can imagine if you do a couple sets of that, you're really going to get the most bang for your buck. All right, so for this next move, I've asked TJ to get into a side plank position, and he's going to start the exercise. What we're doing here, go for it, is we're combining a side plank with a 1-arm row. So by doing that, he is obviously getting some core stability from the side plank. He's really working hard to keep his body in proper alignment from his head to his shoulders to his tailbone to his feet. He's also getting a good back row move. So this would be a secondary move for a back exercise, simply because you're not going to be able to go as heavy as if you had a dumbbell and you're just focusing on one arm rows, but it's definitely a good fun move. Now you may or may not have been able to see what he just did because of the angle we chose, but he went down to his knees. So for some of you who want to do this but you can't hold a side plank for very long, you could do it on your knees. All right, for this next move, we're going to do a push-up into a side plank. So TJ, just get yourself set up. One of the things we like about doing when we do this is he's going to do what's called a corkscrew move. He's going to take his hands and he's going to just dial them in about 1 degree, say from 1 o'clock to 12 o'clock, and he's going to do his push-ups. That's going to engage his back a little bit more. It's going to solidify his shoulder girdle, and all he's going to do is he's going to just twist out into a side plank to add a little bit more core engagement. Now, he's showing this one into a full normal side plank. It's probably not great to stack your feet. It makes it a little bit more challenging just kind of through the process, so he's got them staggered. But you could stack your feet if you wanted. And then TJ, just do one more of these, and then I'd like you to show a kneeling version. So if he were to do a push-up, he could do the push-up on his knees because maybe he's not that good with the push-up, but then he can come straight up onto his side plank by putting his feet back on the ground and then getting back into proper position. Again, a great ability here to do a chest move combined with a core move, combined with some stability work to be a little bit more metabolic. And if you put all of these moves together, I really think you'll see that you can get a lot of work done in a short amount of time. We've been doing really well with the nutrition stuff and the meal plan stuff. I guess that seems to be one of the places you're struggling with the most. That and the workouts. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to take a quick minute and go through 7 steps for meal prepping. As you probably already know, because we talk about this all the time, the best thing you can do is to be prepared. So we have just a kind of a quick guide on how you can meal prep on a regular basis so that you don't end up overeating, overportioning, or just picking the wrong things because you get home from work and you're tired, so you decide to grab a pizza instead of going home because you're like, I don't feel like spending the time to cook. Just last night, we had a lot of family in town and everybody was going crazy, and we were like, oh, do we really want to go through the time and the effort to do this? Because we had like 12 people to feed. And so we literally just like grilled pizzas on the oven, barbecue, and it was awesome. I mean, it only took a little bit of time. It took like 25 minutes. Everybody made their own pizza. We were done. So let's quickly get through the meal planning tips. First things first, you got to know your recipes. If you can go to Pinterest, you can go to blog posts, you can go to, there's a million websites, there's a million recipes out there. All you gotta do is figure out what you like. If you like meat, type in meat recipes. If you like fish, type in fish recipes. Vegetables, there's a million things out there. Figure out what you like and then just look them up. Then print them, and then you've got that. The next thing is, when you make a meal, especially if you're doing it for dinner, see if you can make something that would be really perfect for the next day. So the goal would be that, you know, you've made a great, say, flank steak, and you've got some vegetables or whatnot. The next day you can have a salad, put the flank steak on the salad, boom, done. You're not gonna end up feeling like, oh, I just gotta run down to the Quickie Mart and buy something, because it'll all be right there. So think about something that you could have for dinner and then use at least some of the ingredients tomorrow for lunch. Next, how many meals are you planning for during the week? Are you going to be on a business trip? Are you going to be out for dinner with clients, or do you have some family dinners? Are you going to be out to lunches? I mean, if you're going to cook every meal every week, Monday through Friday, that's 5 breakfasts, 5 lunches, 5 dinners, that's 15 meals. If you can do a little bit of finagling there, then you know what you're trying to prepare for. Next, choose a day to shop. We're big fans of telling everybody to shop on Saturday or Sunday and then cook on Sunday afternoon. Big fans of, you know, Sunday afternoon is just a chill time. Usually, you know, you can throw a movie on or you can watch a sporting event, and then you can cook through the whole time and you won't miss much. You want a little pro tip? As you get better at this and you've got your stuff all prepped, it's super simple. You have an Instacart with your either a company or your grocery store, and then they can deliver everything to you for a very small price. And then you don't even have to go to the grocery store. All you have to do is just tell them what you want. Super simple. Next, journal your recipes. Make sure you have copies of them so you're not trying to put everything all over the place and then you're going, oh, I really loved that great breakfast that we made one day, and then boom, you can't find it. So make sure you keep it in a journal. Next, same journal, draw out the calendar. So when you have your calendar, you're already doing a good job of saying, I'm going to work out on Mondays, Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, blah, blah, blah. Put down what you're going to have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner that day, or where you're going to be eating out, and that'll help you prep out your whole week. Next, be very cool about it and be like your own little sous chef. If you have time when you're doing something else, or maybe you're on a phone call or whatever, and you're talking to family, put them on speakerphone, dice up your vegetables, chop up your onions, get everything ready, and then have it in containers so that when it's time to cook, you literally look like a cooking show, and you've got your stuff and you're just dumping it in and you're stirring, and it really becomes that simple when you do things like that. Last but not least, if this all sounds extremely overwhelming and you want it to be done for you, this is the perfect time, because we're doing our radical reboot that starts on Monday. And we have all your meal plans set up, every portion size that you've got done for you. We've got the grocery list all taken care of for you. So if you don't want to be in charge of any of this, somebody can do it for you. And if that's something you're interested in, all you have to do is message us. Down here in Facebook, or if you're watching on Instagram, you can just email bobby@resultsonly.com. Doesn't matter to us how you get in touch with us, but we've got our program. We've got everything laid out week by week for 6 weeks set up. It's called our Radical Reboot program. And if these particular things are not something you feel like you want to be overwhelmed with or even bother with, we can take care of it for you. If not, take those few steps that we just gave you. Bam, you guys are totally set for meal prepping on a regular basis, week in and week out, and that will probably be the thing that you're missing most in your fat loss journey.